We're doing a television program about innovative people who are making the world a better place. People from all walks of life who are making your world a better place. These are people who act because they believe that solutions don't just happen by themselves. What we do is search everywhere. We're looking for the best and the most exciting solutions to the challenges facing humanity. And when we find them, we're going to share them with you.
I really look towards what it is that we can work towards. What is the aim? What is that aspiration that we have?
This isn't the usual gang of gas bags sitting around in a television studio talking about solutions. These are the hands-on visionaries in the field who are creating solutions. Their stories are going to inspire you. Their stories are going to inform you, and they're going to transform you. The name of the program is Do Something.
I try to save horses by rescuing them off the slaughter truck. I also rescue horses that have been abused or starved or abandoned, and I also rescue wild horses who I then train and adopt out as well.
Part of creating a better civilization is to learn how to live together without making war. So of course Code Pink would like to see an end to all wars, but our goal is to build the kind of network globally and the kind of citizen-to-citizen bonds that could help us stop future wars.
Christianity teaches that forgiveness is essential for living a life of grace. But how many Christians could forgive someone who murdered their child in cold blood? Azim Khamisa is a Muslim businessman who not only forgave the murderer of his child, but he has established a foundation that now reaches more than 1 million school children and gang members with a message of peace, compassion, forgiveness, and redemption.
We can't bring my son back. But working with the grandfather and eventually working with the kid who killed my son, I'm trying to get him out. The perpetrator must be returned to society as a functioning and contributing member. And we've done that. I met Tony. He was 19 when I met him. I forgave him. He's reading 5 books a month. He passed his GED. He's doing college courses. We already have him on camera, 2.5 hours of it. He writes letters to kids from the prison. He's already contributing, and he'll contribute more when he comes out, and he's on stage with his grandfather and me talking to kids.
The first segment in the show is called Researching the Developments. Here, we take you up close and personal with the pioneers and the inventors who are improving the quality of your life.
You can have a computer put in your brain today, if you happen to be a Parkinson's patient, that actually replaces the biological neurons destroyed by the disease. And this little pea-sized computer will communicate with the neurons in its vicinity. And the latest generation of this FDA-approved neural implant actually allows you to download new software to the computer inside your brain from outside your head.
What meditation does, in simple terms, is give you access to more and more and more of your unconscious.
Bruce Lipton is a cell biologist who has written a revolutionary, best-selling book called The Biology of Belief. But even more significant is the fact that his scientific research on clone cells and cell receptors is challenging and changing the way that we perceive ourselves and our relationship to the environment and the universe.
If you kill a cell, did you kill the identity of the cell with it? And the answer was no, because the identity was never in the cell. The identity came from the environment. And at that moment when I understood this, I realized we were immortal.
In the segment called Ecovisions, you'll see unusual stories of progress in our relationship with nature and the urban environment.
We really look at the kind of towns and the kind of cities that we want to live in, those that are healthy and sustain us physically and also emotionally.
Jaime Lerner is the former governor of Paraná, Brazil, and was elected mayor of Curitiba 3 times. It's under his guidance and his service that city became the greenest, most sustainable eco-city anywhere in the world.
Every city can improve its quality of life in less than 3 years. no matter the scale of the cities, no matter the financial conditions.
The next segment is called Spontaneous Health.
I went to LensCrafters because my glasses started to hurt, and I thought my vision was getting worse. And they said, no, it's getting better. It's 2015. It's better in 2020. And then I could start hearing things 4 rooms away. When I'm going hiking, I could smell where an animal urinated, like right there. And I could tell if it was an animal, a meat-eating or a vegetarian by their ammonia content. I mean, I'm becoming like this werewolf. I need like 4 hours of sleep.
We look at all viable health procedures from around the world, including prayer, medicinal plants, nutrition, energy works, integrative medicine.
It's very difficult to be a healthy person in an unhealthy world. Individual health and planetary health are very connected.
Jenna Norwood is a raw food chef, a motivational speaker, and an author who has made an incredible documentary film called Supercharge Me about inspiring events that transformed her life.
I think in our primitive brain, we know that eating directly from nature, from the earth, is right. This is the thing that nourishes us. This is what gives us health. This is what keeps us disease-free.
Our segment about artists is called A Brush with Life. These are the dancers, the writers, the musicians, the actors, and the painters who are using their artistic abilities to inspire positive change. Alex Gray is a visionary artist who did scientific research on healing energies at the Harvard School of Medicine for many years. We interviewed him at Burning Man at the Intheon Village.
One of the lessons that we learn here at Burning Man is we can work together effectively and create incredible beauty. It's like a gigantic workshop in both getting along and making something beautiful.
And our final segment is called Touching the Divine. It's about people who are moved by their faith to do good. They might be ordinary people, or spiritual leaders, or mystics.
There's 2 kinds of mystics in the world. There are the optimistics and the pessimistics. And I am an optimistic. I believe you can teach an old dogma new tricks.
In the Bible, it says that faith without works is dead. But as you'll see, the Reverend Lennox Yearwood has faith that's alive and well. He's using it to motivate and empower young people all over the country.
Sometimes what I call GOTA, that genius outside the academy, G-O-T-A, sometimes that expression can only come out in art. It can only come out in poetry. It can only come out in music. And we don't want to mute that voice, because when you mute that GOTA, that genius outside the academy, you're muting our progression toward freedom, our progression to a better place and a better world.
Scientific research shows that when we subject ourselves to controversy and bad news, it triggers stress hormones that damage our health.
This smells fishy.
Things are going to get worse. The story just has me fuming. I don't like that.
When we expose ourselves to uplifting stories, our minds and our bodies release mood-elevating endorphins that not only feel good, but they help us to restore our immune systems.
The more we understand these things, the better off we'll all be.